Welcome to the storytelling space, where words bloom and the soul takes flight. Today, I'll be sharing a tale full of beauty and wisdom. The Butterfly and the Flower, a story that reminds us the most precious things in life are often felt, not seen. Get comfortable, open your heart, and let's begin. The Butterfly and the Flower. Once upon a time, in a vast meadow where colors danced with the wind and the sky embraced the earth in a deep, endless blue, there grew a very special flower. She was not the only flower in that field, but she was surely one of the most beautiful. Her petals, glowing in shades of gold and pink that changed with the light of day, opened each morning as if greeting the sun. Her sweet, delicate scent perfumed the entire meadow, reaching even the edges of the nearby forest. The flower lived among many others: wild daisies, tall lilies, shy violets, and curious sunflowers. Each had its place, its charm, its purpose. But this particular flower stood out. The insects often spoke of her, and the bees claimed her nectar tasted like a tiny sip of heaven. One bright spring morning, when the air was filled with the songs of birds and the grass shimmered with dew, a butterfly appeared on the horizon. But she wasn't just any butterfly. Her wings sparkled like stardust, and every time she moved, the sunlight caught her colors in a way that made the air shimmer around her. She glided through the air with grace, as if the wind itself made space for her. She flew gently from flower to flower, greeting some with the soft touch of her wings. But when she came near the pink and gold flower, something stirred inside her. She felt drawn, not by the color or the scent alone, but by something deeper. And so she stopped. She landed softly on one of the flower's petals, with such tenderness that the flower barely felt the touch, only the warmth. The flower, sensing the presence of the butterfly, opened her petals wider and said proudly, "Welcome, lovely butterfly. I'm so glad you chose to visit me. Aren't my petals beautiful? Many say I'm the most stunning flower in this entire meadow. You, who fly so high, surely must agree." The butterfly looked at her with gentle curiosity and responded with a calm, kind voice. "Your petals are indeed wonderful. The sunlight dances on them, and your fragrance is sweet and comforting. But did you know, dear flower, that there is a deeper kind of beauty, one that cannot be seen with the eyes alone?" The flower blinked, surprised. Deeper beauty? What could be more beautiful than what everyone sees and smells? What could be more perfect than my petals or my scent? The butterfly opened her wings, slowly, letting the light pass through them and create tiny rainbows in the air, then said, "We butterflies don't just flutter from flower to flower in search of color or perfume. Though many believe that's all we care about, the truth is, what we seek most is to feel. We have a special gift. We can sense what lives in the heart of each flower. We feel their joy, their kindness, their patience, or their pride, their sadness, their loneliness." The flower lowered her petals, just a little, a gesture that showed both vulnerability and curiosity. "And what do you feel in me?" The butterfly flew gently around her, like a soft embrace of air, and replied, "I feel pride, yes, but I also sense tenderness. I feel that you long to be loved, that you enjoy admiration, but you haven't yet discovered the joy of giving without expecting anything in return. Deep in your roots, there is a seed of kindness. It's still growing." These words weren't meant to hurt. They weren't criticism, they were an invitation. And for the first time, the flower felt something new. Not the thrill of being admired, but the desire to understand herself better. "How can I help that seed grow?" the flower asked sincerely. The butterfly smiled again. "Start by listening. Listen to the wind that touches every flower, without judgment. Watch the clouds that give shade to all, without asking who deserves it. See how the sun shares its light with every corner of the earth. They all give freely. You can do the same. Your beauty can be a gift, not a crown. Your words can comfort. Your nectar can nourish. Your shade can shelter." Days passed, and the butterfly kept visiting the flower, not out of habit, but out of true affection. She shared stories of distant lands, of mountains where rare flowers bloomed quietly, unnoticed by the world, yet full of grace and generosity. She told of butterflies that had wept with joy upon finding a flower that offered shelter during storms. The flower listened, and something within her began to shift. Not her appearance, which remained as stunning as ever, but her spirit. When a tired bee landed on her, She didn't complain about the weight, but welcomed it. When raindrops smudged her petals, she didn't grumble, but received them with gratitude. When a strong breeze bent her stem, she didn't resist. It taught her to dance with the wind. Soon, not just butterflies came to her, but beetles, grasshoppers, and even the children from the nearby village who said there was peace near her. And it was true. She had a new energy, warm and invisible but very real. It was the beauty of the soul blooming. One day, the butterfly returned as usual and gently landed on her again. "You look different," she said, though she didn't mean outwardly. The flower, with humble joy, replied, "I've learned thanks to you. You showed me that real beauty isn't only what the eye can see, but what the heart can feel. Now I know I'm beautiful not only because of my petals, but because of what I can give." And so, in that meadow where the wind hummed lullabies and the sun danced between the leaves, the flower and the butterfly continued to meet. Not because one needed to be admired or the other was seeking beauty, but because both had discovered that when we give the best of ourselves, without expecting anything in return, the truest friendships blossom and the purest beauty shines. Final moral: true beauty lies not in what we show, but in what we give. What's seen may impress, but what's felt, what's shared from the heart, is what truly lasts. Generosity, kindness, and love are the petals of the soul, and they are the ones that never wither. Thank you for joining me in this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share this tale with someone special. Remember, true beauty grows from within. See you in the next story.